Hello, everyone. I'm Natash, and I'm just so excited you're here today. Have you ever felt like your English is like almost there, but you just need that extra push to truly sound natural? Or maybe, you're just tired of learning all these new words without really knowing how to actually use them in real life. Well, if that sounds like you've definitely come to the perfect place because every single day on this channel, we're unlocking the secrets to speaking English faster, more naturally, and with real confidence. In today's episode, we are going to practice something really powerful, something that can dramatically improve your fluency, your pronunciation, and of course, your confidence in English. Shadowing practice. Now, shadowing, if you're not familiar with it, is a method where you listen to natural English and you repeat it immediately, just like an echo. You see, it really trains your brain to think in English. It helps your mouth get used to speaking smoothly, and it teaches you to pick up the rhythm and the natural tone of real conversations. So, in this lesson, you won't just sit there and listen. You'll actually speak with me. You'll repeat right after me, and you'll follow along with daily life examples they'll really help you learn to speak English the way it's actually spoken by native speakers. Whether you're just starting out or you already know some English, shadowing is honestly a great way to improve your speaking and your listening at the same time. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll feel more confident, more fluent, and just more in control of your English. Before we jump into our practice, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And hey, press that bell icon. If you want more helpful English learning videos just like this one, so grab a pen and paper if you like, take a deep breath, and get ready to shadow with me. All right. Great. Let's begin with our shadowing practice. I'm going to speak slowly and clearly, okay? And you'll just repeat right after me. If this is your first time shadowing, seriously, don't worry about it. Just try your best to listen carefully and repeat what I say right after me. We're going to start with really simple sentences and daily life expressions that, you can use every single day. You'll repeat them aloud. This, you see, will train your ears to hear natural English and your tongue to speak it more smoothly. Let's begin with a morning routine. I will say the sentence, then I'll pause a bit and you repeat it. Are you ready? Let's begin.
I wake up at 7 in the morning. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed for the day. I make a cup of tea. I eat my breakfast. I check my phone. I leave the house. I go to work by bus. I arrive at the office at 9 a.m. I start my work. I reply to emails. I talk to my colleagues. I attend a meeting. I take a short break. I eat lunch at my desk. I finish my work by 5 o'clock. I leave the office. I walk to the bus stop. I go home. I relax on the sofa. I watch a movie. I cook dinner. I eat with my family. I wash the dishes. I take a shower. I read a book. I go to bed at 10. Now, let's go back and practice those same sentences with, just a little more speed and flow. Repeat after me again. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I make tea. I eat breakfast. I check my phone. I leave the house. I take the bus to work. I reach the office at 9. I start working. I answer emails. I talk with coworkers. I join a meeting. I take a break. I eat lunch. I go back to work. I finish at 5. I leave the office. I take the bus home. I relax. I watch a movie. I cook dinner. I eat with my family. I wash dishes. I shower. I read a book. I sleep at 10. Now that we've practiced a daily routine, let's try some real-life conversations that you might actually hear or use in your day. Repeat after me and try to feel the rhythm of how people talk in real situations. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. What about you? I'm good, just a bit tired. Did you sleep late? Yes, I was watching a movie. Which movie did you watch? I watched a comedy. That sounds fun. It was really funny. I laughed a lot. Maybe I'll watch it too. You should, it's worth it. Let's try another one, all right? Hey, are you free this weekend? I think so. Why? Want to go to the mall? Sure. What time? Maybe around 3. Sounds good. Should we take the bus or drive? Let's take the bus. Okay, see you on Saturday. See you then. Shadowing short conversations like this, it really helps you practice the back and forth nature of English. It also helps you learn common expressions and questions that you'll definitely need in real life. Let's do another one. Hello, I'd like to order a coffee. Sure, what kind of coffee would you like? 1 cappuccino, please. Would you like it hot or iced? Hot, please. Would you like sugar? No sugar, thank you. Okay, your total is $4. Here you go. Thank you, your coffee will be ready soon. Now we'll practice a conversation at the supermarket. Excuse me, where can I find the milk? Aisle 5, on the right. Thank you. Do you sell fresh bread? Yes, it's near the front. Great, I'll take 1 loaf. Would you like a bag? Yes, please. That'll be $6. Here you go. Have a nice day. You too. Now let's add shadowing practice with a more natural speed and tone. Try to keep up as best as you can. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, okay? It's really to train your mouth and ears to work together. So let's try again. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I make some tea. I eat breakfast. I check my messages. I leave home. I go to work. I talk to coworkers. I write emails. I take lunch. I finish work. I come home. I relax. I watch a show. I make dinner. I eat with my family. I clean the kitchen. I take a shower. I go to bed. Let's do one more round with a bit more emotion. Listen carefully and repeat. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good, yeah? Not bad, just tired. Long day? Yeah, lots of meetings. Same here. Want to grab a coffee later? Sure, I'd love that. Practicing emotional tone is really important too, In real life, we don't speak like robots. We show feelings through our voice, excitement, tiredness, happiness, surprise. Shadowing helps you learn how to sound more natural by copying real expressions with emotion. Now let's go into a mini story. I'll tell you a short story, and you'll repeat each sentence right after me. Ready? Okay, Maya is a college student. She lives in San Francisco. Every morning, she wakes up at 6. She goes for a run in the park. Then she takes a shower. She makes oatmeal for breakfast. She catches the subway to her university. She attends her classes. She takes notes. She meets her friends at lunch. They talk and laugh. After class, she studies in the library. She returns home at 6. She cooks pasta for dinner. She watches a documentary. She goes to bed early. That's Maya's day. Now let's shadow the story again with less pause and more flow. Maya's a student in San Francisco. She wakes up early and runs in the park. She showers, eats oatmeal, and takes the subway. She attends class, meets friends, and studies. She goes home, eats dinner, watches TV, and sleeps. Short stories like these, you see, really help you practice long sentences and daily vocabulary. They also help you remember natural sentence patterns. Let's do another short routine with a new character. Now let's continue our shadowing practice with another short story. This time we'll follow a young man named David who works as a delivery driver. Repeat after me and try to keep your voice as natural as possible, okay? David wakes up at 6:30 every morning. He turns off his alarm. He stretches and yawns. He takes a quick shower. He puts on his uniform. He eats toast and drinks coffee. He checks his delivery schedule on his phone. He grabs his keys and heads to his van. He starts his engine. He drives to the warehouse. He picks up the packages for the day. He loads them carefully into his van. He checks his delivery route. He puts on his seatbelt and starts driving. He listens to the radio as he drives. He delivers packages to houses and offices. He greets customers politely. He sometimes chats for a minute. He takes photos as proof of delivery. He eats lunch at a food truck. He continues with his deliveries until 5 p.m. He returns the van to the warehouse. He signs out for the day. He drives his car home. He takes a shower and relaxes. He eats dinner with his parents. He watches a TV show. He goes to bed at 10 o'clock. Now let's repeat David's routine more fluently. David wakes up early. He gets ready quickly. He checks his schedule. He grabs his keys. He goes to the warehouse. He loads his packages. He checks his route. He starts delivering. He greets people. He takes photos. He eats lunch. He finishes his deliveries. He signs out. He goes home. He relaxes. He eats dinner. He goes to bed. Shadowing, it really helps you memorize common sentence structures naturally. Now let's work on some practice dialogues. These will help you respond to everyday questions and, just get used to short conversations. Repeat after me What time do you wake up? I wake up at 6:30. Do you eat breakfast every day? Yes, I usually eat toast and eggs. What do you do after breakfast? I get ready for work and check my schedule. How do you get to work? I drive my van. What do you do at work? I deliver packages. When do you take lunch? Around 1 p.m. Where do you eat? Usually at a food truck. What time do you finish work? I finish around 5. What do you do in the evening? I relax, eat dinner, and watch TV. These simple questions and answers are, well, they're the foundation of conversation. Shadow them with me one more time with speed and rhythm. What time do you wake up? 6:30. Do you eat breakfast? Yes, toast and eggs. What do you do after? Get ready and check my schedule. How do you go to work? I drive. What do you do at work? Deliver packages? When do you eat? At 1 o'clock? Where? At a food truck. When do you finish? Around 5. What do you do in the evening? Relax, eat, and watch TV. Next, let's shadow a dialogue from a hospital scene. This will help you build your vocabulary and, just your comfort with medical-related conversations. Repeat after me. Hello, I'm your nurse today. How are you feeling? I feel a bit tired. Did you sleep well last night? Not really. I had some pain. Where's the pain? In my lower back? I'll let the doctor know. Thank you. Can I have some water? Of course, I'll bring it now. Now let's try that again with natural flow. Hi, I'm your nurse. How are you today? A little tired. Did you sleep okay? Not much, had some pain. Where exactly? Lower back. I'll tell the doctor. Thanks. Can I get some water? Sure, I'll bring it now. Shadowing these mini dialogues, you see, it trains your ears to understand how English sounds when it's relaxed and trains your mouth to speak it smoothly. Let's go to another everyday topic. Eating at a restaurant. Repeat after me. Hello, welcome to our restaurant. Table for 1, please. Right this way. Can I see the menu? Of course. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'll have the chicken salad. Would you like a drink? Just water, please. Anything else? No, that's all. Your food will be ready shortly. Thank you. Let's repeat that faster. Hi, welcome. Table for 1? Yes, follow me. Here's the menu. Ready to order? Chicken salad, please. Drink? Just water. Anything else? That's it. Food will be ready soon. Thanks. Now let's go into a story of a high school student named Leo. Leo is 16 years old. He wakes up at 7 a.m. He takes a shower. He eats cereal for breakfast. He packs his school bag. He leaves home at 7:45. He takes the school bus. He arrives at school by 8:15. He goes to his locker. He grabs his books. His first class is math. He listens carefully. He takes notes. Next, he has science. Then he goes to English class. He eats lunch with friends. They talk and laugh. After lunch, he attends history and gym. At 3 p.m., school ends. He takes the bus home. He changes clothes. He eats a snack. He does homework. He plays video games. He eats dinner with his family. He studies for a test. He goes to bed at 10 p.m. Now let's repeat that with a natural rhythm. Leo wakes up at 7. He showers, eats cereal, and packs his bag. He leaves at 7:45. He takes the bus. He reaches school at 8:15. He goes to class. He studies math, science, and English. He eats lunch with friends. He finishes with history and gym. He goes home. He relaxes. He does homework. He eats dinner. He studies and goes to bed. Let's do quick Q&A shadowing for Leo, all right? Who is Leo? A student. How old is he? Badinar. What time does he wake up? 7 a.m. How does he get to school? By bus. What's his first class? Math. When does school end? 3 p.m. What does he do after? Homework and games. What time does he sleep? 10 p.m. Now let's shift the practice to polite conversation. Shadowing these, they're really useful in many real-life situations. Repeat after me. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Sure, go ahead. Where's the nearest ATM? Just around the corner. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a nice day. You too. Now again, but faster. Excuse me, can I ask something? Sure. Where's the ATM? Around the corner. Thanks. No problem. Have a great day. You too. Let's shadow some friendly introductions. Hi, I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. Hi, Adam. I'm Jessica. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. And you? I'm from Australia. Cool. What do you do? I'm a student. That's great. Let's repeat more naturally. Hey, I'm Adam. Jessica, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Canada. You. Australia. Nice. What do you do? Student. Cool. Now let's go into a new story to practice longer sentence structure. This story is about Sarah, a young woman who works from home. Sarah is a graphic designer. She works for a company in another city. She lives in a small apartment. Her job is remote, so she works from home. She starts her day at 8 a.m. She makes coffee and opens her laptop. She checks emails and replies to messages. She starts working on her design projects. She takes a break at 11 to stretch. She eats a light lunch around noon. She attends a video meeting with her team in the afternoon. She works on a new presentation. She listens to soft music while she works. She takes another short break at 3 p.m. She finishes her tasks by 5. She closes her laptop and cleans her desk. In the evening, she goes for a walk. She talks with her neighbor. She comes home and makes dinner. She watches a show and reads a book. She goes to bed at 10 o'clock. Now repeat Sarah's story in a more fluent tone. Sarah works from home. She starts at 8. She checks emails, works on designs, takes breaks, eats lunch, and joins meetings. She finishes by 5. In the evening, she walks, talks with neighbors, eats dinner, watches TV, and reads before sleeping. Let's go over questions and answers from Sarah's story. What does Sarah do? She's a graphic designer. Where does she work? From home. What time does she start? At 8 a.m., what does she do in the morning? Email and design. When does she take lunch? Around noon. What about the afternoon? More work and meetings? What does she do in the evening? Walks, eats, relaxes. When does she sleep? At 10. Now quicker answers. Job, designer, work location, home, start time, yetu, morning, emails, lunch, noon, afternoon, projects, evening, relax, sleep. 10th, let's practice a dialogue about ordering online. Hello, I'd like to place an order. Sure, what would you like? 1 blue t-shirt, size medium. Okay, anything else? Yes, a pair of black sneakers, size 9. Got it. Where should we deliver? 15 Green Lane. You'll get it in 3 to 5 days. Thank you, again with more fluency. Hi, I want to order. What would you like? Blue t-shirt, medium. Anything more? Black sneakers, size 9. Delivery address? 15 Green Lane. Delivery time? 3 to 5 days. Thanks. Now let's go into a short day in the life of a college student named Oliver. Oliver wakes up at 6:45. He goes jogging for 30 minutes. He comes back and showers. He eats eggs and toast. He leaves for college by 8. His first class is economics. He takes notes and listens. After class, he goes to the cafeteria. He eats with his classmates. They talk about the upcoming exam. In the afternoon, he attends literature and biology. He visits the library to study. He finishes homework before going home. At home, he rests and plays guitar. He eats pasta for dinner. He studies for 1 more hour. He sleeps at 11. Now repeat it with less pause. Oliver jogs in the morning. He eats and heads to college. He studies economics, eats lunch with classmates, attends classes, studies more, then rests. He plays guitar, eats dinner, studies more, and sleeps. Let's practice short answers about Oliver. What time does Oliver wake up? 6:45. What does he do first? Jog. What does he eat? Eggs and toast. What's his first class? Economics. Who does he eat lunch with? Classmates. What does he do in the library? Study. What does he do at home? Rest, play guitar, study, sty. When does he sleep? 11th, let's wrap up this part with shadowing sentences for everyday encouragement. Repeat after me. You're doing a great job. Keep practicing every day. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Speaking gets easier with time. Listen carefully and repeat often. You can speak English fluently. Believe in yourself. Your confidence will grow step by step. You're improving. Now again, but more naturally. Great job. Keep going. Don't worry about mistakes. Speaking gets easier. Listen and repeat. You'll speak fluently. Believe it. Your confidence will grow. You're getting better every day. You're doing a fantastic job so far, honestly. It's time to continue practicing with more real-world examples. Now we will explore how to shadow in different situations, such as going shopping, asking for help, talking with friends, and even handling phone conversations. These are everyday things you might do, and by repeating these dialogues, your English will start to feel more natural and, well, automatic. As always, listen carefully, repeat with me, and really focus on your tone and pronunciation. Let's start with a shopping scene. Hello, can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. What kind of jacket are you looking for? Something warm, maybe for winter. We have some nice ones over here. What size do you wear? Medium. Here's a medium. You can try it on. Latte. Okay, thank you. It fits well. I'll take it. Would you like to pay by card or cash? Card, please. Great, you're all set. Thanks, have a good day. You too. Now repeat with more fluency and natural flow. Hi, can I help you? Or I can. Looking for a jacket? Winter jacket? Why? Yes, here's one. Earl, what size? My core, medium. Try this. Fits great. I'll buy it. Card or cash? Card. All done. Thanks, you two. Next, let's go through a few more practical sentences you can shadow and practice in daily life. Do you have this in another color? What time do you open? How much does this cost? Can I try this on? Where's the fitting room? Can I return this if it doesn't fit? I'm just looking, thank you. These are common things you say while shopping. Repeat them with me again. Do you have this in blue? What time do you close? How much is it? Can I try it on? Where's the fitting room? Can I return it? Just looking, thanks. Now let's shadow a friendly phone conversation. Hello? Hi, is this Thomas? Yes, who's this? It's Clara. We met at the meeting yesterday. Oh, yes. Hi, Clara. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I was wondering if you're free for lunch tomorrow? That sounds great. What time? Around 1 p.m. Perfect. See you then. See you. Shadowing this complete exchange helps you practice the natural flow of a polite phone call. Let's move into another daily conversation. Asking for directions. Excuse me, can you help me? Sure. I'm trying to find the post office. Go straight and turn left at the traffic light. Is it far from here? About 10 minutes on foot. Thank you so much. You're welcome. This simple exchange teaches you common phrases for asking for and giving directions. We're going to practice a mini story about a woman named Zara who works in a bakery. Zara wakes up early at 4 a.m. She washes her face and gets dressed. She walks to the bakery, which is only a few blocks away. She opens the store and turns on the lights. She puts on her apron. She starts mixing flour and sugar. She bakes fresh bread and cookies. The smell fills the shop. She prepares coffee for the early customers. The first customer walks in at 6 a.m. She smiles and serves him a croissant and coffee. More customers arrive. She takes orders, gives change, and chats with regulars. She enjoys talking to people. At 11 a.m., she takes a short break and eats a sandwich. Then she returns to the counter. She restocks shelves and cleans the counters. At 3 p.m., she closes the bakery and counts the cash. She walks home and takes a short nap. In the evening, she cooks dinner and watches a movie with her sister. This story helps you practice vocabulary related to work and daily routines. Now, let's shadow Zara's day with a smoother, summarized flow, focusing on the key actions. Zara wakes at 4, gets dressed, and walks to the bakery. She bakes bread, serves coffee, chats with customers, and takes a break. She closes at 3, goes home, rests, eats, and watches a movie. Let's shadow some short questions from her story and practice giving concise answers. What time does Zara wake up? 4 a.m. Where does she work? In a bakery. What does she bake? Bread and cookies. What time does she open the shop? 6 a.m. What does she do at noon? Takes a short break. When does she close? 3 p.m. What does she do in the evening? Cooks and watches a movie. Now let's practice with even shorter, more direct responses. Wake up. 4. Workplace. Bakery. Bake. Bread. Open time. 6. Break. Noon. Close. 3. Evening. Dinner and movie. Let's move on to common expressions used in restaurants. Repeat after me. Can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? I'd like the pasta. Can I have this without onions? I'm allergic to nuts. Could I get a glass of water? The food is delicious. May I have the bill, please? Can I pay with a card? Keep the change. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. These phrases are essential for dining out. Now let's practice with a short mini dialogue using some of these phrases. Hello, welcome. Table for 2, please. Right this way. Would you like to sit by the window? That would be lovely. Here's your menu. Can I get you something to drink? Just water for now. Ready to order? Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken. And I'll take the pasta. Anything else? That's all for now. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. This dialogue gives you a chance to practice a typical restaurant interaction. You're doing very well keeping up with these shadowing exercises. Remember, it's not about being perfect, It's really about practicing every day, repeating real sentences and letting your brain and mouth work together. Even if you make small mistakes, just keep going. The more you shadow, the more fluent you will become. Just like music, English has a rhythm. When you speak it regularly, it becomes a part of you. Try repeating your daily activities out loud in English using the same structure. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I go outside, I drink tea, I talk with a friend, I listen to music. This habit will make you comfortable and confident in no time. Trust me. Let's continue now with one more daily story for shadowing practice. This one is about a young woman named Chloe who lives in Seattle. Chloe is 22 years old and recently graduated from university. She now works at a marketing agency in Manhattan. Every morning she wakes up at 7:15 a.m. She checks her messages while still in bed. Then she gets up and heads to the kitchen. She makes coffee and prepares toast with peanut butter. She listens to the news while eating. After breakfast, she takes a shower and gets dressed. She usually wears jeans and a blazer. By 8:30, she is out the door and walking to the subway station. She takes the train to her office, which is about 25 minutes away. During the ride, she listens to English podcasts to improve her language skills. She arrives at the office by 9 a.m. She greets her coworkers and starts checking her email. Throughout the morning, she works on social media posts, answers client messages, and prepares reports. She takes a short coffee break at 11. She enjoys chatting briefly with her colleague before returning to her desk. Just yesterday, her colleague Mark told her about a funny video, and they spent a minute laughing together before getting back to work. These small interactions really make the workday more enjoyable, don't they? At 1 p.m., Chloe eats lunch, usually something quick like a sandwich or a salad. She sometimes goes outside to eat if the weather is nice. In the afternoon, she attends a team meeting and works on a marketing plan. She writes content, edits, and posts for clients. Her work ends at 5:30 p.m. She leaves the office and walks to a nearby bookstore. She enjoys reading and often buys 1 or 2 books each week. After that, she takes the subway home. At home, she takes a short rest, changes into comfortable clothes, and begins preparing dinner. She likes cooking pasta or making a vegetable stir-fry. She eats dinner while watching her favorite English TV show. Around 9 p.m., she reviews some vocabulary she learned during the day. She writes new words in a notebook. Before going to bed, she listens to soft music or reads a few pages of a book. At 10:30 p.m., she turns off the lights and goes to sleep. This detailed account of Chloe's day gives you many opportunities to practice descriptive language and everyday verbs. Now let's repeat the story with shorter, natural phrases, focusing on key actions. Chloe wakes up, checks messages, makes coffee and eats breakfast. She showers, gets dressed, and leaves for work. She takes the subway and listens to podcasts. At the office, she works on social media and emails. She takes a coffee break and talks with a colleague. After lunch, she joins a meeting and creates content. She finishes work and visits a bookstore. She goes home, cooks, eats, and watches a show. At night, she reviews vocabulary and reads before sleeping. Let's try questions and answers about Chloe's routine. Who is Chloe? She's a young woman working in marketing. Where does she live? Seattle. What time does she wake up? 7:15 a.m. What does she do after breakfast? Takes a shower and gets dressed. How does she go to work? By subway. What does she do at work? Social media, emails, and meetings. What does she do after work? Visits a bookstore and goes home. What does she do before sleeping? Reviews vocabulary and reads. Now, let's practice with short, quick responses. Name, Chloe. Job, marketing, city, Seattle. Wake up time, 7:15 commute, subway. Tasks, emails and content. After work, bookstore and home, night, vocabulary and reading. Now let's introduce you to Javier, a freelance artist who creates digital illustrations from his home studio. His day is a little different, giving us new words and rhythms to practice, Remember to listen to the natural flow and repeat after me. Javier often sleeps in a bit later, waking up around 8 a.m. He actually doesn't set an alarm every day, which is pretty nice. First, he makes a strong cup of coffee. He prefers to drink it black. He then checks his calendar for client deadlines just to stay organized. He usually starts his work by sketching ideas. He sometimes puts on some jazz music to help him focus, which I think is a great idea. He spends the morning drawing and refining his digital art. Around 1 p.m., he takes a break for lunch. He often orders takeout or makes a simple sandwich, nothing too complicated. After lunch, he might take a short walk to clear his head, just get some fresh air. He then returns to his studio to continue working. He sends updates to his clients, keeping them in the loop. He might even have a video call to discuss a project. In the late afternoon, he stops working on client projects and practices new techniques. He really enjoys experimenting with colors and textures. He usually finishes his artistic work by 6 p.m. In the evening, Javier often meets up with friends for dinner. They like trying new restaurants in the city, which sounds fun. If he stays home, he might watch an art documentary or read a graphic novel. Before bed, he sometimes reviews his art portfolio, just looking through his past work. He goes to sleep around midnight, feeling creative and inspired. So, yeah, that's a typical day for Javier. Shadowing this story will help you describe creative professions and less structured routines. Let's shadow Javier's day with a more natural speed, focusing on the main events. Javier wakes around 8 a.m. He makes coffee and checks deadlines. He sketches and draws to jazz music. He takes a lunch break and walks. He continues drawing, updates clients, and takes calls. Later, he practices new art techniques. He finishes work by 6 p.m. In the evening, he meets friends or watches documentaries. He reviews his portfolio and sleeps late. Let's expand our earlier conversation about making plans. Listen to the extra details and how the speakers interact. This helps you get used to longer, more natural exchanges, you see? Hey, are you free this weekend? I think so. Why? Want to go to the mall? Sure, what time? Maybe around 3 p.m.? Sounds good. Are you hoping to buy anything specific? Or just browse? Oh, just browse mostly. I really need to get out of the house. I hear you. It's just been a long week, hasn't it? What about getting some food while we're there? There's a new Italian place I've wanted to try. It looks really good. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'm definitely in for Italian. Should we take the bus or drive? Let's take the bus. It's easier than finding parking, right? Absolutely. Downtown parking is just a nightmare on weekends. Okay, see you on Saturday. See you then. Notice how the added lines like, are you hoping to buy anything specific? Or just browse? And it's easier than finding parking, right? And the little extra bits about downtown parking make the conversation feel more real and less like a direct question and answer session. Shadowing these kinds of exchanges will greatly improve your conversational fluency, trust me. Let's revisit Chloe's routine and add a little more detail to one part of her day. Listen for the extra sentences and how they flow into the existing narrative. Chloe is 22 years old and recently graduated from university. She now works at a marketing agency in Manhattan. Every morning she wakes up at 7:15 a.m. She checks her messages while still in bed. Then she gets up and heads to the kitchen. She makes coffee and prepares toast with peanut butter. She listens to the news while eating. After breakfast, she takes a shower and gets dressed. She usually wears jeans and a blazer. By 8:30, she is out the door and walking to the subway station. She takes the train to her office, which is about 25 minutes away. During the ride, she listens to English podcasts to improve her language skills. She arrives at the office by 9 a.m. She greets her coworkers and starts checking her email. Throughout the morning, she works on social media posts, answers client messages, and prepares reports. She takes a short coffee break at 11. She enjoys chatting briefly with her colleague before returning to her desk. Just yesterday, her colleague Mark told her about a funny video, and they spent a minute laughing together before getting back to work. These small, quick interactions really make the workday more enjoyable, don't they? It's those little moments of connection. At 1 p.m., Chloe eats lunch, usually something quick like a sandwich or a salad. She sometimes goes outside to eat if the weather is nice. In the afternoon, she attends a team meeting and works on a marketing plan. She writes content, edits, and posts for clients. Her work ends at 5:30 p.m. She leaves the office and walks to a nearby bookstore. She enjoys reading and often buys 1 or 2 books each week. After that, she takes the subway home. At home, she takes a short rest, changes into comfortable clothes, and begins preparing dinner. She likes cooking pasta or making a vegetable stir-fry. She eats dinner while watching her favorite English TV show. Around 9 p.m., she reviews some vocabulary she learned during the day. She writes new words in a notebook. Before going to bed, she listens to soft music or reads a few pages of a book. At 10:30 p.m., she turns off the lights and goes to sleep. Adding these small details about Mark and their funny video and Elena's additional commentary really makes the story richer and provides more context for the interaction, giving you more to listen to and repeat with a natural human feel. Let's add a new dialogue about a common topic. Hobbies. This will introduce more casual English and phrases for talking about what you enjoy, just everyday conversations. What do you like to do in your free time? I really enjoy photography. I like taking pictures of nature mostly. Oh, that's interesting. Do you have a favorite place to go for photos? Definitely. I often go to the local park, especially early in the morning when the light is good. It's just so peaceful then. That sounds lovely. Do you ever take portraits of people? Not usually. I kind of stick to landscapes and wildlife for now. What about you? Do you have any hobbies? I love reading. I seriously just get lost in a good book. What kind of books do you read? Mostly fantasy novels, but sometimes historical fiction too, just to mix it up. That's cool. This conversation provides excellent practice for discussing personal interests. You're doing very well. Keeping up with these shadowing exercises, you really are. Remember, it's not about being perfect, okay? It's really about practicing every day, repeating those real sentences, and just letting your brain and mouth work together. Even if you make small mistakes, that's totally fine. Just keep going. The more you shadow, the more fluent you will become, I promise. Just like music, English has a rhythm, you see? When you speak it regularly, it just becomes a part of you. Try repeating your daily activities out loud in English using the same structure. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I go outside, I drink tea, I talk with a friend, I listen to music. This habit will make you comfortable and confident in no time, honestly. Before we wrap up, let's just quickly review why shadowing is so powerful. Shadowing helps you practice listening and speaking at the same time. It really trains your mouth to move smoothly. It helps your ears catch sounds you didn't notice before. It improves your pronunciation and your memory of phrases. And, well, it helps you feel more confident when speaking English in public. It's also super flexible. You can do it anytime and anywhere, on a walk, in your room, while doing dishes, or even before going to sleep. The more you shadow, the easier speaking will feel. Start with short sentences, then move to longer ones. Repeat real conversations, daily routines, and short stories. Speak with emotion. Listen and copy the rhythm. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't stop if you get stuck. Just keep going. That's how fluency is built, through practice, repetition, and real language. If you've made it this far in the video, seriously, give yourself a big smile. You just completed a full shadowing practice session. You listened, you repeated, you practiced daily routines, short stories, questions, and dialogues. You learned how to speak more naturally and confidently, so keep doing it every day. Make shadowing part of your routine. And remember, the key to fluency isn't speed, it's really consistency. Thank you so much for spending your time learning with me today. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming English practice videos. Your support really helps us make more helpful content for learners like you. I'm Elena, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Keep practicing and keep speaking. Bye for now.